Virgo.
Hello and Happy New Year, Virgo. This is your forecast for the entire year to come. And I hope you have your notepad and your pen out. We got a lot of dates. We're going to be looking at all the major aspects as far as your dynamic goals and your drive here throughout 2017 and list all the retrogrades that will be coming into the picture. So I would have wanted to do this on camera. I'm changing out my camera equipment. Not too happy with the old one anymore. So I will be back with that on your January forecast. But listen, guys, we're also going to be looking at the retrogrades and what they're going to do for us. So typically what I like to do when I look out at a full year spread, well, that is to look at Mars. Because Mars is what gives us our drive and our passion, our goals and accomplishments and so forth. And this year, there's no retrogrades of Mars. So it's going to be zooming down that superhighway, just picking up speed as it goes through all these areas of your chart. And we're going to start here New Year's when Mars is conjunct Neptune. What a way to start New Year's. This is a time here, Virgo, where we typically always just put down our intentions for the year, but this year is special because of Neptune's conjunction with Mars. Neptune rules our hopes, our dreams, our visions. It's the higher idealistic state of being, and this is allowing you to dream and dream big as you start off 2017. So listen, make sure that they're realistic goals though, because Neptune can give us and spin some illusions, but if they're realistic goals, this would be the year to actually set out to achieve them. Mars is being infused with this magic, and you're setting off until the end of January with Mars in your seventh house. So that is your relationship area, Virgo, and Mars will be supporting you to look at this area of your life, how things are working with your partner, or what is not working with your partner. Mars takes 2 years to circle the chart once. And so this is your time to really get your ducks in a row, look at what you got going for you. Mars being in Pisces is a romantic type energy, so that's good in itself. So you might just feel to January 29th, this is a beautiful time for you. So from January 29th and straight through March 11th, Mars is moving into your 8th house, which is the house of intimacy. Okay, so we're deepening our emotions. We're really going to the core of the matter, how you're sharing your energies with your partner, but it's also the area of money, not as much as your month-to-month income source, but more money that you have invested, or it could also be taxes, royalties, commissions, money outstanding. It could be investment payoffs, that kind of thing, and just to see how you can now make this work for you, maybe scale it up a bit, rearrange and place money elsewhere, or have some negotiations when it comes to your commissions. Great time for you to voice it, bring it up and forward. So if you focus really well while Mars is here, you can really up the scale of your life and also the intimacy level here between you and your partner if you have one. From March 11th and through April 22nd, Mars now in the sign of Taurus here, Virgo. That is your sister sign, so it's harmonious to you. It's going to really support you extra special and more. It's the 9th house of higher education. The way we think, it's our philosophical mind. You might just find that your higher mind is wanting to reach out and expand, and maybe even expand to foreign cultures, foreign people, foreign travel, long distance travel. We're feeling that itch that we're wanting to get up and going. It's a fire sign house, and Mars is fire, and so you might just find yourself at this time looking for tickets, any specials to go to a distant country. That can definitely spark you. And I'm also feeling that if you're needing to get on with a class or to up your degree in some way, Mars will support you with that, as He will also help you with publications. If you have any manuscripts or articles needing to go, a publisher will be very positive and supportive with it for you at this time. It's a time to prepare as well because the next stage of Mars will be your career house. So maybe some of you are putting your applications out here early spring, and you'll come to see how Mars is definitely going to be stepping it up from April 22nd to June 5th when Mars is in Gemini. That is your career house. So this is the time of 2017 for you to focus, to gain new heights here, to have whatever interactions, discussions, interviews, or reviews, or even start a new job. Now, when Mars is supporting you here, this is where your main focus is going to be. It's not going to be on home and family or relationships or whatnot, even though they will all naturally, of course, coexist. But you're really riveted right now to get ahead, and you definitely do want to squeeze all the juice you can out of Mars while he's here, because after June 5th, then it'll be 2 years till next time you get this career chance going for you. But June 5th and through July 21st, Mars will be in the sign of Cancer, which is a very nurturing sign. We're very close to our emotions. It's also the area of your hopes and your dreams. So Mars now will be wanting to pursue it. More so, too, I'd like to say friendships and groups and organizations, social networks growing in that area. Mars may be even more so affiliated now, and you could come to meet people, new people that are very Marsy, that are up and going, and they are people who are not procrastinators. They're actually doers. And this is something that will really harmonize with you because that's where your energy is at. Well, so nice time too if you're vacationing here at this time. Well, Mars will make sure that you get to where you want to go. July 21st through September 9th, then Mars is taking a break. Not by retrograde. Mars is not retrograding here in 2017, but it's moving into your 12th house. Typically, this is a time when we want to pull back from the external world because we have, for the most part of the last 2 years, been out there now expending all that energy. And even Mars, as fiery as he is, also needs to reload its batteries, right? And you can do that by stepping back, going to the spa, getting a great massage, meditate, maybe do some yoga, go fishing. Whatever really floats your boat is what you want to do right now. But Mars never really fully rests. This is a placement where it can work behind the scenes. So if you're contemplating, which the 12th house is all about, contemplation, visualization, meditation, seeing things. It's very psychic. So Mars is absorbing the psychic energy, and you might be visualizing on some new drive, on some new goal, but you're not necessarily talking about it because the 12th house is the hidden aspect, right? So it's just very silently within your own mind, but then prepare, because once Mars crosses the ascendants into your first house and into your sign, this is when Mars is going to come out with it, and the world at large will see what it is you've been contemplating while you were a little bit more pulled back. Now, this will take place from September 6th through that of October 23rd. Mars in your sign is definitely going to give you the up and go attitude, fit to fight, and I'm seeing that there's this burst of physical energy and drive. It's also a great time for you to start off new things, new projects, because yes, it is going to be conjuncting your sun throughout this transit and infusing you with a new 2-year goal of energy. That is your vitamin shot there, Virgo. As we're getting closer to the end of the year, October 10th through December 10th, this is the best time of 2017, Virgo, to focus on money, your income stream, what you're making, how you're making it. Is it enough? Do you want more? It's traveling through the sign of Libra, so you're balancing everything on the scale. And of course, as money comes in, it may also go out, right? Because there could be expenses here. So, but this is a time for you to really see how you're doing, make the best of it 2 years before you get the next chance. Now, this is a time to receive. And so you could see that Mars here is preparing to actually wanting to do and make some new movements, planning ahead for 2018. So get your ducks in a row there. And then we're ending this 2017 with Mars in your third house for communication. But also, it's short distance travel, it's also siblings, your closer community, like your neighbors and so forth. So you might find yourself very busy here implementing all of this Marsian energy. If you're going to give any talks or reviews, great time to do so. If you're working on any documents, also Mars will support you in doing this. And if you're traveling, which, it is holiday season, well, then Mars will get you where you need to go with no major problems. So, yes, catching up with your siblings is always a blessing, right? It could be a little Marsy right now, meaning that you're taking the lead. You're the one in control and in leaderships. So, Virgo, let's take a look at the retrogrades of this coming year. And let's start off with Mercury. And it is already retrograde when we head into 2017. December 19th, 2016 to January 8th, we are retrograding. The first one of 2017 now, of the 3 retrogrades it's going to be giving us, is April 10th through May 4th. That will be 4 degrees in the sign of Taurus, which is your 9th house. This is where you're going to feel that things could slow down or delay. If you're traveling, you might feel that. If you're schooling, taking on some studies or course, here too, you might feel delays, but don't let it really frustrate you. What it's giving you is extra time in this area. So instead of zooming through your 9th house, it's giving you this additional time to really tweak, get all your details up and running, because this is what's going to behoove your future. And this is also why we have these retrogrades, so we can catch up with ourselves, right? If there's any legal situations, problems, or whatnot, well, Mercury will again here slow things down so you can get all the details in there. If there's visas, green cards, that kind of thing, same thing goes for it. Now, the next Mercury retrograde will be between August 13th and September 5th. It starts its retrograde here in your first house, Virgo, 11 degrees there. This is the first house, so it's more you looking at what you want, what your needs are, as opposed to that of your partners, which is always symbolized by the 7th house, okay? So it may be you versus your partner, things to be tweaked and set straight, and it's always giving that extra time that allows us to look at deeper aspects. Now, the third and the last one is December 3rd to December 23rd in the sign of Sagittarius. This is your 4th house, Virgo. So family, your roots, your residence, where you live, how you live, that kind of thing, your parents. And yes, it is right up under that very busy season of the holidays, right? So since it starts that early in the month, I would say, just to be on the safe side, get all your Christmas shopping done in November. Then you won't end up getting all those funky parts that may not work and may have to be returned. But it also allows us to get in touch with people we haven't seen for a long time, especially here since it's the 4th house. Family members you might not have seen for many months. They will all now gather and you'll have a great time, and it turns direct just as Christmas starts. So that's a good thing, and everything should be on track for it. Now, the retrograde of Venus is March 4th through April 15th, and think about Venus both as love, but also as beauty and as money, right? So let's start with the beauty part first. Girls, no plastic surgery or anything. No tattoos, guys or girls. um, under this time because it will just not come out right for the most part, and we don't want to really jeopardize it, right? So wait to April 15th and beyond to get those things done. I mean, even as simple as a haircut might just turn funky under a Venus retrograde. But it is time to look at your relationships. Where are your emotions going? Are they flowing? Right now, you have extra time to really dig in there and see how things are relating between you and your partner. If you're single, well, then that too will become more of, I won't say an issue, but it will come more up to the forefront where you'll be working this. This Venus retrograde will be in your eighth house of intimacy, so it's really felt extra special and strong. And also, when it comes to your money, your royalties, commissions, those kind of payouts, expect delays to come since Venus is retrograde here. I was saying Mars because Mars was the next one up. We have no retrogrades for Mars. So this year, we're just hammering down the highway with speed, actually. So there's no hangups, no delays. Mars is just on that super highway. But Jupiter will retrograde for us. Jupiter, which expands everything it touches with its grace, with its generosity. Um, Jupiter is not necessarily the worst planet to have retrograde. She's still nice with us, right? But things can slow down a little bit. This Jupiter retrograde will be in the sign of Libra and in your second house, money and income, guys. Now, this isn't the worst place at all for Jupiter to be retrograde. She can still generate, she can still bring in, and what it can bring in, since it's retrograde, it can bring in some money from the past, because we're talking retrograde, right? There could have been an opportunity there months ago, maybe even last year, whatnot, that can return to you. Anything that returns under retrograde in that sense is an opportunity that was lost, and you get your second chance. So this is a great time to focus, know where the retrograde is so that you can work it and pay attention to this period. Now, Saturn will retrograde too, April 6th through August 26th. This is in the area of your home and family, and so a time to actually do whatever repairs are needed to be done, whether it is fixing your roof or your basement. It could be changing out your kitchen. Saturn really goes to work when it does something, and expect maybe a few delays when it comes to your workers, your contractors. That can be a little frustrating, but then again, the good news is that you have this extra time to get your projects done and done really well. The outcome of it should be really good because Saturn does, go all the way down into the structure of. So, Uranus, let's talk about Uranus, which is in your eighth house. That has to do with money, resources, not your month-to-month income, but your savings, your investments, and your 401ks and so forth. Now, this is a time straight throughout the rest of the year where Uranus is going to slow down. Not the best time to make any new investments. Make sure if you're wanting to change things up in 2017 that you have it done before August 3rd, and then you should be good and just let it roll. Neptune, which is our psychic self, it's our higher spirituality, it's that artistic side of us too, the very romantic side, June 16th to November 23rd, in the sign of Pisces, which is your seventh house for relationships, all right? So until June 16th, you'll feel that Neptune is active, working for you, and also bringing all those sweet romantic dreams into being. So Pluto will be the last planet that we're talking about now, retrograding, which will be from April 4th to straight through September 29th in the sign of Capricorn. And for you, Virgo, that is your sister sign, and you've been transforming already for a couple of years now. In your area of children, all right? Your children might have been changing and also transforming. You might be transforming your relationship with them. The fifth house is creativity. It is romance. So Yes, we can feel that Pluto can really power up this aspect of your chart, but when it goes to sleep, when it retrogrades April to September, well, then we won't feel it all that much. It gives us a little break from all that transformational energy that sometimes can take it out of us, right? So it'll be a calmer time. And then before I let you go, let me just mention that there is going to be a couple of partial eclipses in 2017, just partial though. But we do have one that I do want to mention, and that's the total solar eclipse, which will take place August 21st, 2017. There's already a little buzz about that going on because why? We don't always get to see it in our hemisphere when there is a total eclipse. And we will see it in North America. So, of course, we will talk more about it, what it's going to do for you, where it's going to show up in your chart. We'll do that when we get closer to it. But now, in the meanwhile, listen, Virgo, I want to wish you a very happy new year, and may it be both blessed and full of prosperity for you. So thank you for listening, watching, following, liking, and sharing here in 2016. And I'll see you soon for your January forecast, and then back on camera, right?